How are we going, people? Feels like it's been forever. Let me just chuck this bad boy in so we can get some charge happening. Give me a second. All right, what's happening now? Boom. All right, now let's get this party started. How are we going? I'm sure everyone's had a fantastic day. I know it's been great on my end, and you know, it's always great when there's a little bit of sun. So yeah, just want to really give everyone a big shout out today for, you know, what we're doing and how we're going to get there and how we're going to be able to move forward and how we're all going to absolutely smash our results. So yeah, today, just let everyone know a little bit about my day today. It's been it's been really fantastic actually. We've had some really big breakthroughs in a couple coaching calls, couple one-on-one sessions, a lot of change work, a lot of meetings and the rest of it and everything. Yeah, it's really been one of those days that, you know, when you wake up with that conviction and go to bed feeling fulfilled. So it's been absolutely fantastic. And one of the things that I've discovered today, and what's very important, is that, you know, a lot of people get caught up with doing meaningless tasks. So they get caught up with doing the, you know, the normal stuff, as they say, and there's not really too much meaning about that, or too much meaning with that. And why this is important, that you want to be able to align your heart and your mind, it is because you will build such a connection that you won't be able to, you know, you're not going to be able to stop it all. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm going to talk to you about is that when you can align your mind and your heart to what you desire, things become sexy. And this is how they become sexy. So things won't be wants and haves, they will become obsessions, and you will work towards wanting to create moments and experiences in any part of life. The other exciting thing about this is that you will be so driven and so drawn to what you desire, you will stop at nothing but to achieve it. But more importantly, what you'll be doing will make you feel right, it will fill you up, and you're going to have such a satisfaction of fulfillment, you aren't going to stop at this and you're going to want more, and it becomes a good addiction. So you're probably wondering, well, how do I align with this? How do I, you know, align my heart and my head? The thing that I've been really working at and been really, you know, succeeding at is obviously going deep and not worrying about, because we can, unfortunately, with the human language, we can relate words that don't serve us, yeah? So what this is, that we relate words like belief, self-love, health, and all this other stuff, but we aren't connecting to the true meaning of these words, yeah? So they become meaningless. So obviously the English language and every language was created by someone. So we follow it. It's a recommendation. Where people fail in life is they use words they have no connection with. Well, I believe in myself. Well, can you really connect with belief? Does belief give you that understanding for you to be functioning at a superior and at your full potential? No, not enough, because that's why people aren't getting their results. Okay. Self-worth, self-love. Do you really know and understand what self-love and self-worth means? No, you don't. Hey, Eleni, my beautiful sister, and everyone else, how are we all going? I'm that much in trance. And this is what happens, is that people will stop and start. People won't be functioning at their ability because they aren't aligning their truer energy or their life, or their true core of who they are, which is their heart and their mind. Let's even go even deeper. People do not know how to connect. Hey, Matty G, good to have you on, and Mick as well. People don't even know how to connect with their heart. They know, oh yeah, heart, some love, and let's go deeper even more. People haven't taught themselves how to love. They might think it's love, but it isn't. So today, and I've got permission from my good friend and my VIP Inner Circle client, Gary, and we elected, you know, we talk about life categories, yeah? And he was saying to me, Lee, I'm just not feeling it, man. I'm not feeling my health. I'm not feeling my wealth. I'm not feeling my contribution. I'm not feeling my family and legacy. I'm not feeling my, you know, my self-love. I'm not feeling my passion and enjoyment. And, you know, and he wasn't feeling that. Awesome. The reason why he wasn't feeling that, because his true identity was not connecting with the words. So how we were able to elaborate to elect these, it become magic. So as you know, there's the three chair identity, and the three chair identity is the old identity, looking at the new identity, what you name that, and then the observer, which is the universe, observing the old identity and new identity. So how we created this and where we saw magic this morning was Firstly, labeling your life categories, or labeling, which we call naming, whatever you desire with an empowering word and name that is going to get you so connected and driven to what you want. Hey, Tommy and Miss Gray, good to have you people on. The double T, there you go. And that's everything. Because we say success. What does success really mean? More importantly, how do you connect with it? People like to talk about abundance these days. They talk about consciousness, but they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know what they're connecting with. More importantly, they don't know what they're doing, because they aren't driven enough with energy, with motivation enough to be that desire. And I see it. And this is a thing as well. I will only show my clients, my friends and people around the world what I want them to see of me, because most of the time they're going to make a misjudgment, yeah? And the reason why I only show them what I want them to see is because I only need to connect with who I am, and only me and no one else knows how to align with my heart and with my mind. And being a leader and being a coach is, if you expose yourself straight away, people will make that assumption of who they think you are. And that doesn't leave any gap for growth, yeah? And that's a little bit of a coaching or leadership secret strategy right there. But where people are failing in their life is that they are using words, they're using terminologies that they don't even know anything about. Do you know what I'm saying? So what that means is they know and understand of who they want to be, and they give that understanding. So like there's these tosses behind me that, you know, when you're doing a live stream, or when you're connecting with who you are and the rest of it. And the problem with where these people are going, or what they aren't doing, is that they don't know who they are, so they'll completely act, you know, inappropriately to the reason of where they want to go, so on and so forth. So these things are absolutely huge. And just give me a second. So you really need to understand with yourself of, you know, how you're going to be getting to where you want to grow. It's going to be second to none. So if you ask a few questions to yourself of firstly of who you're going to be or not, it's going to be absolutely everything. Because if you don't know how you're going to get to one place to another, you never if you can't teach it to anyone, you're never going to know how to get there. So the question that I'll ask you all is, would you be able to teach your results to anyone else? If you can't teach your results to anyone else, then you're not going to be able to participate, or you're not going to be able to grow upon it. And another thing as well, that what you need to understand is, when life gets hard, so when you're in diversity, so what that means is when you've got your back up against the wall, when you don't feel like doing it, how are you going to get yourself through? Or how are you going to get yourself through when maybe your partner isn't supportive, or, you know, you've got people that are questioning you, you've got people that are challenging you? That's when you're going to be able to build magic, yeah? That's when you're going to be able to build that understanding of who you are. So what we elected today is, you need to understand the roles that you want to play in your life. And what that means is, the roles that you want to play in your life is, okay, your old identity, everyone's good at talking about their old identity, and their old identity is self-sabotage, not successful, not feeling right, up and down, off and on. So what you need to really be mindful about is that your old identity, if you want to play the new role, so if you want to be successful, if you want to be happy, if you want to feel love, if you want to feel fulfillment, then if you want all of that, you need to keep practicing your roles. You need to keep, you know, reading your lines. You need to keep stepping in that new identity. And that's why so many people are failing, because they aren't practicing their new identity or who they want to be enough for them to be able to participate and get their results. And that comes down to understanding what fills your heart up, what fills you up, and what fills your mind up. And this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to wait till I get out of this intersection, and then I'm going to be able to concentrate even better. And this car's just gone for a red light. Cool. So this is how we rock it out. You need to be very clear. You need to be very clear of the new identity that you want to become, yeah? You need to be very clear of understanding of what you want in your life, but more importantly, connecting to the feelings. And the way you can align your heart and your mind is that your heart is creative, it's emotional, but your head is logical. So meaning it's a computer processor, so that's going to make the decision. So you need to be driven inner energy from your heart, but then you need to be aligned logically with your mind to keep it going. Because let's be honest, if you aren't connecting with the feeling, if you aren't feeling right, are you going to want to better yourself? Are you going to want to be a good person? Are you going to want to diet? Are you going to want to go to the gym? Are you going to want to help people? No, because you're not feeling in a way that want to motivate you. So I see people that are lying to themselves, and it's the majority of society, that you can see what they're doing. They can see, well, I'm feeling fantastic, yeah, for 1 day or 30 seconds. And then what happens when life gets a little bit hard, when they get a bit tired, or there's a bit of a challenge, they fail, or they just idle, yeah? And the reason why I know this, because this used to be me, until I stood back and said, well, you know what? I'm only going to show people, friends, clients, what they need to know. Because the thing is that people are going to make an assumption of you or who you are anyway. It doesn't matter what people think, but as a leader, you need to keep that room for improvement. You need to keep that separation no matter what. And you need to keep a few secrets up your sleeve, because otherwise people will lose their appreciation and the accountability of being an authority figure, because they would just go, oh, I'm just like you. I can't get anything from you anymore because you're just like me. I need someone that's better than me. Yeah. So you always need that degree of separation. And this always happens in a relationship as well. If your partner doesn't know how you, if you're growing, if your partner doesn't feel like you're growing or you bring value to the relationship, they're not going to want to be with you. Straight out, yeah? But how do you know what to show and not what to show? It's not what you know, it's how you feel, Eleni. That you want to, it's about the relationship. As you know, and I'll be very honest, as you know with me, I don't hide anything from people, but I just show what I need to show in friendships, in relationships, so on and forth. But I leave room for me to grow, for people to go, oh my God, there is more there. There's more to lead. There's more, so you leave that degree of separation that, people will make an assumption and go, oh yeah, I went for drinks with Lee. Oh yeah, like I stayed at Maddie's house. Yeah, Lee stayed over there, and he will have an identity of me that's, not saying that's his fault or anyone else's fault, but it becomes a stale identity. And that stale identity creates stale relationships. And that stale relationships create, basically people stop learning from you. So once you can show an identity, but then keep evolving with that identity, that's when things become, fantastic, that you always want to be growing. You always want to be evolving. You always want to be putting yourself in a place of growth. Yeah. And the important thing is that what you need to start to talk about, aligning with what drives you and how you align your heart and your mind. It comes down to, firstly, the way you label anything in your life, like a person, a desired outcome, or some people call them goals, and it needs to give you goosebumps. It needs to give you enough of a propelling feeling that it's going to give you the action, or put you into that state for you to be able to achieve that. I'll say that again. We use words that destroy us, like belief, because you're not connecting with it, like self-love. We don't even know what it really is, like self-worth. Well, I don't know what that means. It sounds good, but I'm not living it. Like consciousness, universal alignment. Most people say, well, I'm aligned, but they're not living in alignment because they aren't practicing alignment enough. They like to use the words, well, I'm this. Let's talk about this. People like to call themselves coaches or leaders, but they truly don't know what their role as a coach or leader is. They can Google it, they can read a book, they can listen to shit other leaders and coaches, but the reason why they aren't participating at their full ability, because they don't live it. They don't know what it means. They haven't built up enough of a connection for them to step into that role. And that's why you see so many pretenders and so many mediocrity, or medium people living their life, because they're just not connecting with what they truly desire, because they don't know what they desire. They think they know because they use words and labels, but those words and labels aren't powerful enough to bring out the best in these people. And at the end of the day, remember, we are limitless beings. We're infinite potential. So it's about asking yourself the right questions, and for your right questions to propel you, to power you enough to bring out the best in you, yeah? And that's where people are failing in all areas of life. Is that another thing is feeling love, being in a relationship. Most people don't love themselves in a relationship, so they're not going to love another. They will put themselves in a relationship to feel love, but it end up going fucking toxic and crazy because they don't love themselves, so they miss the love. And that other person could be loving them, but they don't see it because they don't love themselves. It's simple, yeah? Or People don't appreciate where they live, or people don't appreciate, what country they live in, or people don't appreciate anything. They don't have gratitude because they don't have gratitude for themselves, and I see this almost every day. And this is where it happens, people. You aren't going to just wake up and be grateful. You need to practice grateful. You need to program grateful. You aren't just going to wake up one day and feel love yourself. You need to know what that means. You need to feel love. You need to see it. You need to, you need to practice it as well. And I say to people, what is success? Most people, success is, I just want to have balance. I want to feel appreciated. I want to have wealth. I want to help people. Yeah, that's all cool on a really, really chunked up level, on a really high level, but it isn't propelling them. It isn't propelling them to have that balance, or to be that energy for them to take massive action, but efficient action for them to achieve their goals. And what happens is that if you aren't being awoken, what I mean awoken, being in an empowering state that empowers you enough to be the best person, the best version of you, to be that person that is going to, you're going to find the answers. Because what it is, there's answers everywhere. We have the answers within us. We stop and we just take our time because we aren't connected to, because if you're in such an empowering state, you go that way, I didn't get it. You go that way, I didn't get it. You go that way, I didn't get it. And you won't stop and do whatever it takes until you get it, without stressing yourself out. And that's the thing what people forget about, is that they will stress themselves out. They will burn themselves out because they aren't on the right path. They aren't aligned. They aren't spiritually. And let's say spiritually, I'm going to get into that in a moment. So give you an understanding, people. Being spiritual doesn't mean that you need to sit there and be a Gandhi and go, oh, I'm spiritual, and all the rest of it. Being spiritual is by you electing and using such an energy that is bringing out your being, bringing out your best part of you, bringing out almost like a power. That is spiritual. That, you're bringing out your spirit. Because some people are spiritual, but they think, going and meditating on a beach for 30 hours, growing dreadlocks and just, fasting for 50 days is spiritual. That's not spiritual. That is testing you and bringing out, your threshold. So the more you get spiritual, the more you have your spiritual awakening, the more you become spiritual, the more powerful you become, because that is you being you. You're connecting to your true being. You're connecting to your true soul. You don't need to have a turban. You don't need to wear, these big gowns and beads and all that stuff. That's just image. You know what I'm saying? You can look like me. You can be a big buffhead, tattoos, BNX, whatever, and you can be spiritual. Anyone can be spiritual. You don't need to look in a certain way. And another thing that I want to tell everyone about as well, that you need to stop. You need to do the work. So if you want to be in this, this is what I say, you're an actor in your life. And you would have heard me say this before. You're an actor in your life. Your old role, you don't like that because you're not liking the role. So what's your new role? What are you going to audition for? So I want to audition to be a role to be one of the best, inspiring human beings around the world. Yeah? Okay, cool. So how am I going to get that role? How am I going to audition? I'm going to go to the people that have the role that can be able to give me that part so I can play in that movie. Okay, cool. How am I going to learn the role? I'm going to be around people that are doing that I inspire to be, and I'm going to learn the role. I'm going to learn the words. I'm going to learn my script to become that person. Are you getting it? And do you think that you practice your role and read your lines once a week? Or would you do it how many times throughout the day? Of course, how many times throughout the day? You want to keep going over and over and over how to play that role. And again, you need to put yourself in that place where you're going to be able to play that movie, where you're going to be able to participate in that movie, because there's a lot of people that wanting to play this role, wanting to be something, but they aren't in the place so they can actually play that role in that movie. They're pretending that they want to be this person, but they aren't in the place that it's going to inspire them to be able to, participate in that part of the movie. So, give you an example. Arnold Schwarzenegger wants to be an action movie, yeah? So this is where it's at. Arnold Schwarzenegger wants to be in action. So, if he wants to be one of the biggest action, actors or inspiring actors, but the thing is, You know what I'm saying? He's hanging around a shopping center. And he's just doing that. So he's not going to where he can be. He's not going to to one of these places like a movie studio. He's not going to be on one of the big roles because he's just hanging around a shopping center. And what's happening is there are people that want to be inspiring anything. Fathers, mothers, leaders, coaches, mentors. They're not practicing their roles enough. They're not putting themselves in a place where they can actually be in the movie, yeah? So what that means is they're doing activity and the activity gets burnt out. It becomes mindless activity. It becomes mindless task. It doesn't have the fulfillment. It's not making me feel right. It's not giving me the energy exchange. I'm not feeling like that, I'm putting all this energy in. Of course, because there is no opportunity for you to play that role in that movie. You're in the wrong space. And this is the thing, that I've always known that anything that I've wanted to be in my life, I would surround myself with the best. And I'll be honest with you people, the last year, I haven't probably surrounded myself with what I need to keep growing, because it's been a time in my life, I know that it's just been, whoa, everything's gone all over the place, and this has happened, my life changed over, and you do get distracted. So you really need to understand, people, that if you want to be happy, then you need to start playing that role, not by you making it up, by having someone that's been there. That's why I always love to align with people that have got the results with me, that people that are playing that part, that play people that are in that movie, because the people that are in that movie, they're the ones that are being able to help you. Because you see all these people that are depressed. Well, I'm going to be anti-depressed. Now hold on a second, you've been depressed all your life, you're really good at it. Why would you pretend that you're going to be able to get yourself out of it? You might distract yourself, yes, but you actually haven't released what you need to. And you see that people take 4 steps forward and they take 10 back. And this is the thing, people, I'll give you an example. People want to do course after course after course. I want to learn mindset. I want to learn NLP. I want to learn this. I want to learn that. The problem is they become knowledgeable nothing. Why they become knowledgeable nothing? Because they haven't mastered expressing the information to others. And that's where people go wrong. I would firstly get good. I'm getting better at expressing myself, being who I am, and having that communication. Because I know some people that have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, done 10 times the courses, 10 times the education, but aren't doing fucking anything with it, that are doing factory jobs. The reason why they do that, because they haven't practiced playing the role. They haven't practiced, hey world, this is who I am. You let people know who you are, they get your idea, you understand who you are. In a relationship, you let the opposite sex know who you are, and then you finally tune your craft. Unfortunately, people will plan to plan to plan. They haven't been up on stage. They haven't let themselves know who they are. They haven't finally tuned being them, but they want to learn all this stuff. If you can't express yourself, you aren't going to express anything in your life. That's where people get it wrong. And you see them getting it wrong because it's very simple. If you can't swim, but then you're going to tell other people like you want to learn how to swim. If you can't swim, you're going to sink, yeah? And it's simple that if you don't know how to express yourself, how to communicate, then how are you going to communicate any knowledge, any mindset, any education, any gifts that you have? It's about understanding those people, and it comes down to you. You don't need to be a coach. You don't need to be a CEO. You can just be yourself, expressing yourself to your children, expressing yourself to your wife. It's a breakdown of communication because you have not aligned with what you desire, with what your heart desires and what your mind desires. And it's very simple. And that's where the breakdown is. What drives you? People think they know what drives them. People think they know what propels them, but they're completely off the track. And I see them. I see people that are close to me, and I give them the advice, and then after a while, I just have to shake my head because you see they're not living it. Yeah, you see they're not living it. And it comes down to a point really at the end of the day, is your drive to remain the same or to change more for your drive to remain the same? Do you want to grow or do you want to say you grow? And the reason why this happens as well is that you aren't connecting with the new role, the new identity, the new you enough for that to propel you to get you out of that old role, to get you out of that old stale energy. And that's simply what it is, that you need to stop practicing what doesn't serve you. You need to stop focusing on and being that old role. If you want to be in that new movie, if you want to be that new person, if you want to have that new identity, then you need to keep practicing that new identity. You need to keep reading the script. You need to keep playing the role. You know what I mean? You need to go audition, audition, audition. And where the audition is, oh, my beautiful baby's on. Where the audition is how you show up on a daily basis. How you do, if you want to call it, auditioning is live streams. Auditioning is how you're with your partner. Auditioning is how you express yourself or not to other people. You need to keep auditioning every day to be that new person in so many ways. And the way you audition is how you hold yourself throughout the day, how you're connecting with that. Do you know what I mean? Because I would say to a lot of people, could you tell me exactly who you are, where you're going, and how you're going to get there? And most people struggle, yeah? So it really talks about that deep understanding of the type of person that you need to be and the type of person that you are now, and you need to look how you're going to get there. And this is a big thing that how I found, great results. Like if I haven't gotten up to do my programming and I do it later on in the day and the rest of it, I don't put out, oh my God, I stressed out, I didn't do it in the day, because I'm listening to my body, I'm feeling burnt out. I look at myself and go, okay, cool. So Lee, what new role do you want to play? Who is that new actor? Because we're not acting, but you're playing that new role in the new movie. My new role, I will connect with a new movie every day. So meaning a new role in your life. And I want to be a stronger character than I was yesterday, today. So how's that going to look? And then what you do, you're going to show up to be that person. You're going to challenge yourself. You're going to learn something new every day. But more importantly, I connect with my reason why I do everything. I connect with the feeling. I will label what my desired outcome in an empowering word, not just because someone says self-love. Most people don't know what self-love is. Self-worth. They don't know what it is. They don't connect enough with it. Otherwise, you'd have it. Success. I don't call it success because success is named on something else. What does success mean, really? Is success enough of a powerful word that it's propelling you to your greatness? No. The English language is not enough of a guide, a strong enough guide to propel you to where you want to go. That's why you are failing, people. That's why for so many years I was hitting a brick wall, because we are using words from the English language, from any language at all, that does not propel us strong enough for us to achieve our goal. Another thing, are you connecting, are you programming your mind every day so then you do not need to think about it? You get a greater result, you do less results. No, it goes the opposite, yeah? So people need to look for that. Oh, I need to look to restart again. I need to be motivated in pain. Look, I stopped yesterday, so I need to go today. And that's simply what it is, because if you keep remembering that you are unlimited potential, you are infinite beings, and when you understand the reason why you don't have your results now, because you need to get out of your own way. You need to open yourself up for change. You need to open yourself up for belief. You need to keep aligning for who you are. You need to keep remembering and learning what has taught you. What's this idiot doing? Sorry, I've got people going on the wrong side of the road. So you need to keep connecting with who you desire. And if you don't know who you desire or what you want to be, then be around people that have got the results. Be around those other people that are playing the role, so then they can teach you the role. They can teach you the, the understanding of who you need to be. It's everything, people. Just let me pull over here for a sec before I go into the gym. And that's everything. And so what I've discovered and what has changed my life, and even I was going over today and, through my coaching calls of who I've spoken to or not, is leading others to connect with what they desire, but them to label their desired outcomes with something which is out of the extraordinary, that you see them light up, you see them get goosebumps, you see them have the emotion. Because if you don't have any emotional connection to what you want, if someone says, what is your life purpose, and you aren't pouring out with tears, or you aren't so proud, or you can't say it from the heart, then you're making it up. And if you make it up, you're going to get made up results. So this is the thing. I put up a post today. Most people think that reality is physical, yeah? They think that it's the understanding of, okay, reality's here. Reality's not there. Reality is through your lens of awareness. The more you work on your inner world, then the magic appears, yeah? And it literally appears. It comes to you. You become a magnet to what you want. But the only way this happens is when you allow yourself, when you become, it's all about spiritual energy. It's all about life energy. And how this happens, people, is that you don't just skip from here to here to become that. You stop working and being in that life that confuses you. And that's the life that we see here. Because nothing is going to change until you sit down and connect deep, 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 deep with what you truly desire, but in a way you don't need to look for motivation, in a way that you don't need to learn for confidence, because they're just words to fill your mind up, to keep you on your fucking asses. Hey Brad, how you going? That's what it's about. I'm confident, I'm motivated. They don't mean anything. If you say you're confident, how come you've been unconfident? If you say you're motivated, why do you become unmotivated? Because they aren't connected to who you really are. They're just words. You don't have any connection with them. Are you getting this? So success. I want to be successful. No, you don't, because you don't actually know what it means, and you don't actually know the connection to it. Hey, how's everyone going? And this is a big one. Love. People do not truly know what love means because they don't love themselves. So how the fuck are you going to love another? Why do you think there's so many failed relationships, so many divorces, so many everything? Because I love myself. Well, are you loving yourself every day? No. There's probably times in your life you've loved yourself, but because you truly don't know what it means or you connect with it, there's times you fall out of love because life gets hard, doesn't it? It gets challenging. Because you haven't programmed your mind, situations, environment, other things will program your mind, and it shifts you away from who you want to be. So you need to become refocused every part of your day. So do you think me doing live streams when I'm just driving gets me refocused? I rehearse who I want to be. I'm getting better at fucking me expressing myself. Fucking oath. Why do you think I do it, people? Not so I can sit here and look at myself. Yes, it's giving value to you, but more importantly, it's giving even more value to me because I'm realigning myself. I'm rehearsing who I am. I'm showing the world, throwing that ripple effect out there. I'm connecting what I truly want because what you teach, you master. So do you think if you can teach something every moment, you're going to master it or get better at it? Of course you are. Of course you are, sorry. Of course you can. Put two words together. So that is my message, my 50 shades of sexy messages to you today. That, do you think that I feel better after I do a live stream with this high quality content? Of course I do. I'm so pleased that, and I feel appreciated that I'm contributing to your lives. Of course. Massive thing for me this week has been that the massive start to the venture venture out and correct with those that I have what I want. Exactly, and that's what it comes down to. So there's so many people that, I'll be honest with you. All you people that are in a job, okay? All you people that are in a job, why do you feel like you hate going to the job? I'm not saying everyone fails, but why do you feel like you don't have any fulfillment in the job? Because you aren't truly connect with it, yeah? Serious. Okay, all you people that are having failed relationships, yeah? Or failing relationships, why is that happening? Because you aren't truly connected with the other person. You know, you aren't aligning yourself. You aren't fulfilling each other because either you don't know, you haven't focused on it right, or you're getting distracted, because that's what happens. If you want to be, let's use a word, truly happy and truly in love with yourself, let's just use those words because you know what? You truly don't know what they mean. Then you have to stop getting focused, stop getting distracted. That isn't making you feel right. You need to stop getting distracted for what doesn't fill you up. You have to stop getting distracted, which isn't making you into a better man and a better woman every day. Start getting focused on what you want by lining that up. There's so much information. Start asking yourself high quality questions to have high quality answers. Then your life quality will improve. But if you aren't asking those questions and you're not getting those answers, then guys, you are making your shit up. Seriously, you're making it up. So whoever's leading you, get a better leader. Whoever's coaching you, get a better coach. Whoever's fucking whatever in your environment, get better people around you, because that's everything, yeah? And today I had a massive breakthrough. So for every client I coach and lead, I coach in a way and lead if that was me sitting there, yeah? And that's it. How do you stay motivated? I don't know what motivated means. I don't know what motivated means. So if you want to talk about how do I stay hungry, how do I have the right energy to be able to do what I want to do, is that I will fill my mind up and my heart what I truly desire every day. I don't know what motivation means. I just said that. It's just a word. The reason why, if you can't stay motivated, Tina, it is because the word motivation isn't strong enough to propel you to who you want to go. So this is another thing, is I won't use words. This is what I want you to, and I want you to write this down. People use words and relate to words too much to actually give their life meaning. It has nothing to do with words. It has everything to do with the feeling. It has everything to do with the state that we give these words. We give something, oh, look, there's a brick. Okay, what's a brick? There's a building there. What's a building? So what you need to understand is stop relating your words, stop relating your life on words. Start giving your life meaning, moments, and experiences. So don't create, I want this or that or that. Stop using words to empower your life. Start to have moments and experiences to empower your life. If you keep working towards moments and experiences, not words, not wants, not haves, that's when your life is going to get sexy. So create moments and experiences, because the moments and experiences give you meaning, give you truth, give you feelings, give you connection, okay? And it gives you you. So the less you use words, the less you talk, the more feeling that you connect with, the more moments and experience and the feeling and connection you want in your day. It is everything, yeah? And that is absolutely everything right there. So this is the thing. When I speak to people, so I've had 3 coaching calls today. I had I had change work with 2 people, and I had a meeting with another big, maybe an investor. So what I said to them, hey, Perry, good to have you on, man. I said to them, well, let's be honest here. We're talking about this. We're talking about packages. You're talking about money. None of this has given me the feeling that I desire. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it and I'm going, hold on. Because one thing I'll tell you people as well, and look, my team and everything, I look to blow my mind every day. Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, remember what I just said, it's like moments and experiences of what you connect with, and I will show my team, I will show my partner, I will show them what I want them to see. Not that I'm hiding anything at all, because you know what, I want to give them the wow factor every day. I want to go, oh my God, look how Lee's grown. Because if I go, look how that Lee's grown, what do you think they say? Fuck, he's the right leader. He's the right man I want in my life. He's the right partner. Because if you become complacent, people get bored with you. Yeah, they do. You get bored with yourself and you stop. So what I do and how I lead is I'm going to give you the wow factor on this live stream. I'm going to fucking blow your minds, and I'm going to blow your souls on this wow factor. And the way I do that, not by talking, is by having that understanding of, okay, cool, I'm going to learn shit and it's going to blow my mind, and then I'm going to rock it back to you guys. And that's exactly what it's about. So stop giving your life meaning through words that don't mean anything. Get it? They're meaningless tasks and meaningless words. Let's start creating moments. I want to create that moment, and I want to have that experience, because that truly connects with your core, and that's what's going to give you your sexiness. Yeah, when I say give your sexy back, that's going to give you the feeling. I'll give you another thing. Sexual energy. Sexual energy is such an understanding. Lee, I am one that gets bored very quickly. I'm still here. Love the content energy. Of course, Laney, I know that. I know that you get bored very easy and you can get distracted. So why do you think that I make sure that I'm always keeping you occupied? So this is the thing. Sexual energy is such a great motivator, because we all love sex, the way sex makes us feel. Sexual energy, when you can have sexual energy to drive you, to motivate you, that's when things really start to become up. So what you can understand is, when you're having that, that pure sexual energy, that is going to give you that drive without finishing the job, pretty much. So that sexual energy, that sexual drive, and that sexual want, that animal instinct, that's going to really move you and propel you forward. Yeah, that's really going to get you rocking and rolling. So that sexual energy is so important. And the reason why I say sexual energy, why that's so important to you, it is because we all know how we feel. It's the animal instinct. So change that up into having that sexual drive for life, wanting to make love to everything in life. Because guess what? Sexual energy isn't wants and haves. It's moments and experience and the feeling. Do you get what I'm talking about, people? Because we know that there's certainty there. Good sex gives you moments and gives experience and so on. So create moments and experience fueled by your sexual energy in life. Do it with style, do it sexy, do it because, whoa, I can't wait till I get that. And then you fucking have your own mind orgasm. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm gonna leave you with those 50 shades of that. Go get sexy. Go have sex with your life and with yourself. You know, just keep rocking it out because you're absolutely going to love it. Yeah. So as I always say, people, you have been awoken by Lee Bundy, the CEO of Team Beast Mode International, the messenger of strength. I've given you some messages of strength, so go and get strong. And I've always lead you with the truth. Have an amazing day, people. I'm getting excited about the retreat in December because we're gonna restart your life now. So go and have fun. Everyone that's on here, really appreciate your time, appreciate you wanting to show up. And like I said, the more you can keep rehearsing who you want to be, hey Brody, good to have you on, champion. The more that you can rehearse being who you want to be every day, doing live streams, in your coaching calls, with your partner, with your children, with your friends, then guess what, people? You don't need to go messenger of sexy energy. I love that. I'm gonna trademark that off you. Can I buy the rights off you, please, mate? Awesome stuff. We'll go partnership. All right, guys, have an amazing day. You're the best. Love you all because you all deserve it. Take care. Oh, I just got that. Where's the retreat? Annabelle, send me a message. The retreat is going to be in Bali from the 6th to the 11th of December. Send me an inbox and I'll hook you up. Take care, guys.